All right, guys. So let's start that all over again because, as we know, with all these copyrights, you're not allowed to really play a lot of music unless you actually own the music. And that was my fault. I figured if I played Frank Sinatra for a couple of seconds, we'd be good. But unfortunately, with all this copyright stuff, that's why we just got knocked off because of that. So it's kind of messed up. I can't even play Frank Sinatra for like 30 seconds just to enjoy it. And I get knocked off because of copyright. Yeah, come on. We got to stop with this algorithm stuff because me and Joseph, we're going to get into that in a little bit, by the way. But again, guys, welcome to FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I'm your host, Todd Wharton. Welcome tonight. I hope everybody's safe. Hope you guys are doing well. Again, on a note, I want to wish a big happy birthday to Hayward Kevin Martinez Milligan. Happy birthday, brother. Hope you're with the family. Hope you're safe and sound. That is a long ass name, dude. Seriously. I hope you didn't take up your maiden name when you got married because that's what it looks like, but I'm just playing. But happy birthday again, man. Be safe, wear your mask, practice social distancing with you and your family. If you guys didn't see today, a lot of people know I'm a civil rights leader and I do a lot for humanitarians. Had a great interview today. Miss Stacy Pressman, who's actually New York City's mayoral candidate, asked me to be on her show, The Pressman Hour. So we had a great hour conversation about a lot of great topics. You can see the interview now. It's on The Pressman Hour on YouTube and also The Pressman Hour on Facebook. So definitely check that out and I'll be posting it tomorrow as well. In other news, a lot of people have been hearing, even though my show's been only up for about 3 weeks, we had a successful February. I just got the word that a small studio here in New York wants to pick up my show. So we're going to probably be moving there. I have a meeting tomorrow. And then things are happening. We're pretty much booked out for the whole month of March, 5 days a week, celebrities and politicians from around the world. And we talk about everything. This is the only show that brings A-listers from the present and A-listers from the past together in one show. Because at the end of the day, every artist that has done something in their life that we all love growing up should always be looked at as an A-lister. And the industry should not have the rules and the obligation to let us know who is famous, who deserves the celebrity status and who doesn't. We're the fans. We want to see who they are, whether they're in front of your face or in politics or everywhere else. They're going to be right here on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. And that's what this show is all about. So without further ado, I got a pretty cool guest coming on. We had some great conversations with each other. And we're going to chop it up tonight. So from Goodfellas, the Bronx Tale, and a whole lot of the well-known actor, Mr. Joseph Donofrio, is going to be coming in right now. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
How you doing, Mr. Todd? Thank
I'm
you for
good.
having me on your show.
Thank you for being on, man. It's definitely an honor to have you. Sorry about that little quirk, but this happened actually with I had what's her name, Cheryl the Pearl from Sequence on, who had that first hip hop R&B song, "Funk You Up," and I played the instrumentals, and she was singing, and we had to redo the entire interview because we got knocked off for copyright. And I got the artist on the thing, so it's just like, man, I can't even enjoy Frank Sinatra for 20 seconds. Like, seriously? Which is messed up. But, Joe, man, it's great to have you on. So many things to talk about. We're going to start out with the first thing, all right? Because we talked about this off screen, and I'm pissed off as it is. You had an amazing account right here on Instagram that had a lot of followers. And because people hack into our accounts because they don't have any lives, you had to start a new account, right? But the great thing is you have a lot of love for a lot of people. So before we get into it, why don't you tell these guys where they can follow you on Instagram so we can get this thing wrapped up and get you following back?
I'm at official Joseph Donofrio.
Probably want to spell that for some people.
OFFICIALJOSEPHDONOFRIO. And when you get there, don't forget to comment on my pictures and tag me.
Tag them.
I
Tag
love
the hell out of them.
You're it.
That's right. So we wanted to get that wrapped up, by the way, because Joe's been around for a long time. You've been in some great movies. We'll touch about some of them. Some people know. but you're just a likable guy. And to see your page get hacked, it's just messed up because there's a lot of people out there that, what are you doing? Like somebody's living a good life. He's got a good following. Why are you trying to imitate this person? Get your own life, bro. It's like, stop pretending to be somebody you're not. Just if you're really that dissatisfied with your life, then go do something about it. Stop messing up some other people's lives, especially this guy right here. So, Joe, I'm glad we got that out of the way, but we're going to keep repeating it throughout this show because I want to make sure that a lot of my followers and your followers know where to find you. And then obviously after the show, I repost this interview and then I'll put a funny promo if we got a couple. And then it'll always be up on my Instagram so people can always get to know you better, which is great. But again, yeah, man, thank you for having me on. So let's talk about a lot of things you've been doing. Now, for people who may not know you just as an actor, I know you're also a comedian as well. And you know what's funny? I just caught this today. You actually did a show for AC Jokes, who's owned by Matt Bridgestone. Matt's my boy.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
when I saw that, yeah. So when I saw that you were in Atlantic City. So why don't you tell us about that show that you were doing in Atlantic City?
Oh, it was great. Went to Atlantic City, did some stand up, had a great time, and that was it. Did a set, and boom, boom, boom. Everybody came, they laughed, they had a good time, and the audience was great. And Matt was awesome.
Yeah, Matt's good. But how's comedy changed since the COVID is? Are you finding that people just don't want to come out even though there's a 25% capacity, or they've been a little better about it?
Well, I did a Zoom show in July. Since
Okay.
I really haven't been doing comedy, I haven't been really concentrating on it, to be honest with you, because not enough people could come to the show. But everybody's
Yeah.
going to do another show, so I might do one, but I'm going to do it on Zoom. I'm not going to
You're
do it.
gonna do it on Zoom.
I'm going to do it on Zoom. Thank you.
I mean, what was that?
I said thank you to Lauren, who just said I'm looking good.
Yeah, man, you look, first of all, the guests are not supposed to look better than the host. I'm just fine. I want you. You guys look, you look dope. You got the tie on. You got the little suit going on. I'm still in my little Italian getup from my little promo I did today because I had to think of something that would be worth this while. But nah, bro, you're looking good. I think you're around my age, so we got to show these youngins how to look, how to feel, and how to represent what a dude looks like, what a man looks like, suited up in the whole nine. Not the pants falling down, not the hats, because that women don't look for that. Women don't look for like, you know what? I'm gonna go out and I want to look for a guy where his ass is showing through his crack, pants is falling down, hat this way, chains that are keeping his back from breaking, just leaning over. And he tells me he's got all this money, but the money he's holding is actually he withdrew his whole bank account. That's the kind of guy I want.
Well,
But
not
now
only,
you're Obi representing.
whenever I do something, I try to take it seriously. And if I'm doing an interview, I want to look good for the interview because you never know. I don't want to come on here looking like a bum or whatever.
Exactly. And I appreciate that. And a long time ago, a number of people told me that image, once you get into Hollywood or anything, image is a big thing in your life, man. And then I didn't realize that at the time, but it is. And it depends on what you're looking to do. If you're a constant comedy, yeah, you can get a little stuff here and there, but you've always been very distinguished. And because you've been in a lot of great Italian movies, that was like one of the key things when it came to these Italian movies, like the Rat Pack,
Yeah.
and everything else. They set a certain standard for Hollywood. A lot of people don't know that. Italians have set a standard in Hollywood that when you show up, show out all the time. And
Yeah.
you're always showing out, brother. And you're showing up right now. Of course.
That's what
Of
I do.
course, man. So we're going to start and then maybe go a little backwards because I want to learn more about what you're doing today. Now, I know you're doing some movies right now. I believe you're in production on a couple of films. You want to talk about some of those things that you're doing?
Gravesend
Gravesend, tell us about it.
TV show.
All
Amazon
right.
Prime. I'm playing
Amazon Prime.
Mad Dog Mangano. Willie DeMeo
Okay.
is starring, creator, director, producer. Amazing script, amazing show. You better watch it when it comes out. And if you haven't watched it, go to Amazon Prime right now and check it out. It's 4
Mm-hmm.
episodes up right now. I'm in 3 and 4. It's an amazing,
Nice.
it's an amazing series.
if you don't mind, can you give us like a brief synopsis on what the series entails so we can get some people a little excited about it?
About Gravesend, the neighborhood in Brooklyn back in the day in the late 80s and early 90s when it
Right.
was going crazy and it was a great place to live. Music, gangsters, women, cars, everything, man. Great story. The last episode ended with somebody tried to shoot up Benny. So you got to try to
Yeah.
figure out who's shot him up.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said it right there. You said ladies, so I'm good. I'm pretty much sold. It's like once you put that in there, I'm like, I'll add that to my Netflix now Amazon list, which
Oh,
I'm
and
definitely going to do that.
good actors in it.
Uh, so yeah, who else is co-starring in with you? Because that's the one thing that you have to be blessed by. That a lot of people have good careers. A lot of people have some great careers. Then there are those that have great careers with great people they worked with.
Yeah.
Because there's always done you, even though you're talented, there's a lot of talented actors out there that don't get the privilege of learning and being side by side with, honestly, in my opinion, some of the top actors of all time
Yeah.
on cinema. And you have been doing that. Now, you've done some little cameo roles also, like Spider-Man and stuff like that, which some people may not know that was you for a second. But listen, that's Spider-Man. I
Yeah.
mean, to be in just a movie like that, that's crazy, you
People
know?
stop me in the street about that. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
I could do.
Now, I know you're doing a lot of acting. Are you doing a little more directing now and producing? Because I know a lot of actors go that route at a certain time.
No, I'm not. I don't produce. I don't direct. I just come in, do my job, and get out of there. I come prepared. I know my lines. I know my marks. I know my lighting. I know everything, and I just come in, come prepared, know everything, and then boom, 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 get it done.
That's the way it should be.
I,
And I
I,
like how you say you get there on time. I wish more and more artists would actually believe in that because I was talking to somebody else a couple of days ago that if you show up early, you're on time. If you show up 1 minute late, you're late. Or if you show up on time, you're late. And I don't know, it's just the blue collar mentality of people today because we grew up in the same era. I'm originally from Howard Beach, so it's like that mentality is not there anymore. I mean, and it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just said it on the notes. You study, you show up on time, you know your lines, you know your spots. You know what that means? You want to know why you get your roles, and I want the actors hearing this, is because everything that you just said.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? So directors will know, hey, we need somebody to cover this part. Call Joseph, man. He'll be here. He'll be here in 2 hours. He'll know his shit.
Yep.
He'll get it done. And that's what we need more of in all industries.
You're right.
Somebody more like you.
Because it's not only about the acting, my brother. You know, you got to know all the professional and the ins and outs of the camera and working with other actors and just
Hmm.
learning how to keep your mouth shut, to be honest with you, and just sit
Exactly.
and just
Exactly.
do what they tell you to do and just do it.
Hmm. I agree with that 100%. So, Joe, I don't know if anybody's ever asked you some of these questions. I like to get in deep because a lot of people, there are a lot of things people don't know about you. We're not going to get that personal because at the end of the day, I don't care what people say. People deserve to have somewhat of a private life because sometimes you need to have both
Yeah,
public and private to have a good life,
yeah.
right? So, but one of the things I want to really know is where did you study? Did you even study or was it naturally learned? Did you just grow into it?
I learned on the job training. I never studied. I had my own.
Really?
I did a seminar for acting. I had my own class. I did a four class seminar like 2 years ago. It was great, but I never really had any formal training. I learned from watching other actors.
Hmm. So who are some of the actors that you can coin growing up before you started working with them that kind of made you want to get into being an actor and somebody that you aspired to be?
Well, I don't know if you probably don't know this. Then I never wanted to be an actor, and I never was really into movies or knowing about actors growing up. So
Hmm.
I got my first couple of roles. I really didn't realize the magnitude of the actors I was working with. I just went to work and did my job. And now when I
Right.
look back on it, I'm like, wow, unbelievable that I worked with icons and legends and such great actors and directors. And I mean, I guess that's why I kept getting work, because I really didn't, look at it that way. I just looked at it like, my agent would call me and be like, listen, you got an audition, send me some sides, and just go and do the sides and then just go to work.
Well, you know what it is? You stayed humble. That's a big thing I tell a lot of A-listers as well, um, is be humble.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the main reasons why you see so many great actors out there, right, in films. And then one day they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to these people? Like, this person was awesome. What happened to this person? And what people don't understand is a lot of these people develop egos. It's good to there's a difference between being egotistical and being confident,
Yeah.
right? You're very confident because you prove to yourself that I can do this.
Yeah.
When I hit this role, I'm the man. But you're also humble at the same time, meaning that you're the man, but you also recognize that you're one of many. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
is awesome. Yeah. And every time I turn around, I see you doing so many things. And that's why you're keeping this great career. You know, whether it's a leading man or a side man, you're always able to pick up roles and really make a career out of what you love to do. Not a lot of people do that, man. So I definitely give that up to you. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Lucky. A lot of people like my work, and a lot of people want to work with me. And basically, when I work, I get it done. And, and if you,
Hmm.
then you do in life, if you get it done and people like you, you're going to keep working,
Right.
and
Correct.
you got to learn how to keep your mouth shut sometimes. Sometimes you want to open up your mouth, don't open your mouth. Just keep it shut and keep it moving, man, because everything's not perfect. You know,
Right.
it doesn't matter where you're working. Everything's not.
Hmm.
But before you open up your mouth, think before you talk, because once you talk, you can't take it back anymore.
Facts.
The wrong thing,
100%.
boom, you're done.
100%. And everybody, there's so many comments going on here right now. Every person in here is saying something positive about you, which
I thank you.
right away is co-signing everything that you're saying. Some people are calling you legends.
Thank
We have some other thing in there, Hollywood and the truth and facts. And Joey's a great person, very professional. And these are some great people that are on here, man. So guys, thank you for saying that about him, because it just seems the internet today, it's a lot easier for people to mock somebody
Oh, yeah.
instead of just giving him a positive review.
Yeah.
And my attitude's always been, Joe, that if you really got to take the time to mock somebody, it probably means that you have too much time in your hands just to do something great in your life. That's the way I look at that. Now, we can talk about some of the great things that you've done. You're known for a lot of iconic roles, iconic movies. I'm sure you've spoken about it a number of times, not with me, but obviously, people bring up the movie Goodfellas a lot, and that's always going to be brought up. Why? Because when you were in that film, were you at that time, because you said it before, you weren't sure, were you, when you were on set with all these people, and it wasn't just a couple, like Goodfellas literally had, forget about the Joe Pesci's, De Niro, they're huge, but don't forget about them. The crew itself, the other actors, huge, right? Did you ever stop and think for a moment, like, I can't believe I'm on a set with all these guys, and you know what? They're probably saying the same thing about you. Did you ever get that moment where you just like, I'm doing it?
Not really. I hate to say that, but I mean, when I started out doing commercials. I did a lot of commercials. And then,
Hmm.
like I said, I really didn't watch movies. I was more into sports and like hanging out and school. And then basically when I got that movie, Goodfellas, I just went to the set and did my job and went home, not really knowing the magnitude of what I was doing. But I mean, also, like I said before, like, when I go to a set, also I'm grateful that I get a job, man. And I'm grateful to the people that give me the job. And I know that when I get there, I want to do my best and just remain grateful, man. You got to remain grateful no matter what happens. But when I went
Hmm.
to bed, I really didn't know. And when I look back on it too, I remember like being in my dressing room and just like looking in the dressing room. I wasn't even nervous. It was just like going to work. It's weird when I think about it, to be honest with you. It's very weird.
What did your parents think about you making the decision to become an actor? Because we always hear the stories from parents. Were they supportive? of it, or was it like an up and down thing? Because we all know at the end of the year, the parents usually want the best for us. Some of the decisions may not be the best for us in general, but how were they when it came to that? Because I talk about with actors all the time about that.
Well, basically, what happened was when I was 12 years old or 13, there was a breakdance contest, and I used to breakdance, and I had told my mother,
Wait. Whoa. Rewind. You used to breakdance?
yeah.
All right. We're
So,
going to talk about that in a minute, but all right, keep going because I
so
want to hear about that.
I told my mother to enter me in this contest. So like a month passed, and I was like, "Ma, did you enter me in the contest?" And she's like, "Oh, you don't want to be in the contest." I said, "Ma, please, I want to be in the contest." So I got in the contest. We came out. Me and my friend came out like fifth out of like 500 people, and then we had a manager. We were touring, doing breakdancing, and then there was a manager who lived in my neighborhood. I hooked up with her, and she started sending me out on auditions. And basically, I would get an audition, and I would just go on the audition. And my parents basically, I mean, I did it on my own. Basically, they really didn't say anything. It was
Mm-hmm.
just like I would get an audition, I'd jump on the train, I'd go to the audition, and then when I got the job, I would just, whatever it was. Like if I had to fly out, I'd fly out. If I did it, I would just did it.
Right.
They were supportive. They was just basically, it was no big deal.
Yeah, and that's great. I love hearing parents that even when they may not want, the greatest parents in the world is somebody who always backs their kid
Yeah,
and always supports them 100% because even if they may be going in the wrong direction, right? And I'm not talking like felony or anything, that's different.
yeah,
But even if they may not agree with their career, I'm telling all parents now, support your kid because your support is so huge to a kid because when that kid becomes successful, if they have a grind,
yeah,
they're always going to look back and be like, yo, mom, thank you so much. You know, I was struggling for a while, but because you were on my side or dad, you're the reason why I pushed because you believed in me. And more parents should understand their kids need to be believed in them from the home first to everywhere else. And I'm Italian, you're Italian. Um, I got that from my moms, and you probably got the same way because people understand when your mom supports you, there ain't no greater love than that, man. And it's dope. That's kind of harder, you know, because he's the moneymaker a lot of
but I'm half
times.
Jewish anyway because my mother's Jewish. I'm half Hungarian Jew and half Italian. But my
Yo,
parents
me too.
were American. We grew up as American people.
Oh
But
my God.
I mean, I have a daughter now, and I support my daughter 100%. She's in college
Awesome.
now, and she's doing great.
Where did she graduate from?
She graduated from the Career for Film and Television in Queens, but now she's going
Okay.
to college.
So she's following in her dad's footsteps,
No,
huh?
to be a nurse. She just went to that college, that school, because she got accepted there, and it was a great school. She used to be
Oh,
she liked to write. She's a good writer, but she doesn't want to be an actress or anything. She's going to be a nurse or a doctor.
you know what? You got to clap that up. Seriously,
Yeah,
man. That's awesome.
she's great, man.
Frontline worker. I mean,
The best thing
I
ever.
don't care what anybody says. You know, we'll talk about it another time, but um, people that devote their life to saving others,
Oh yeah.
those are the ones that should be. I don't understand why it took COVID to make people realize how important doctors and nurses are, and firefighters, police officers.
Mm,
They're important. Like,
yeah.
but why does it have to take a pandemic for us to realize that? Like, I give it up to all of them because me, I'm a puss. I don't even want to go into the hospital. I see a needle, I'll faint right on the floor. I'm like, I'm just going in. I'll be like, yeah, I'm here.
No,
I'll
my
be out in
good.
a
Like
minute.
I remember, my daughter was like 10 years old. We were in Disney World, and she had got like a little sick. She had to go to the doctor. They stuck a needle like this big in her leg, and she didn't. It didn't even phase her. Basically, because the way I talk to her, when I talk to my daughter, I talk to her like like I'm talking to you, like a
Right,
adult. I'm like, listen, that's what you got to do, Ashley. If you got to do it, you got to do it. And she was like, okay, she
right.
this, and she did it. And after it was done, I said, look, it's done, and look, you're gonna get better. That's what, sometimes you got to do things in life.
That's right.
Yeah.
You should do. You got to do the right thing by. By the way, guys, we're going to be doing this throughout the evening. I am on the interview with Mr. Joseph Donofrio, Donofrio, whatever you want. I say it all different ways, but you can follow him on Instagram at official Joseph Donofrio. So official Joseph Dono Frio. I gotta say it like that so people can
I
get
think
the letter.
they could just press a button right now and like get in there anyway if they want.
Yeah, yeah, they can. They can. But it's always known because even some of my followers, if they're not sure, because remember, we always have old school people on here too.
Yeah.
So we gotta adapt to both. We gotta adapt to both. So you actually just brought something up, which is kind of funny. I did a interview 2 weeks ago with the founder of the World B-Boy Classics because they're the reasons why breakdancing is in the
Oh,
Olympics,
good.
right? From the Netherlands. Now you mentioned breakdancing, okay? I wouldn't even have thought a millionaire because I love breakdancing. I was about the Fat Boys and Curtis Blow and all that stuff, and I was just like
Yeah.
all that. Tell me about that. Were you part of a crew, or was it just something you like to do?
I was part of a couple of crews. Growing up, I was with the Fresh Kids, then I was with the Furious Rockers, and then I was with the New York City Breakers. Is when I was a professional. That was the crew I was with, and I toured with them. We did a couple of shows. Yeah, and a lot of them were in Beach Street, but I wasn't in there. I did a couple of commercials. I did a commercial called the Pony commercial with them. I did a Pringles commercial, breakdancing, and yeah.
So you guys battled a lot?
We used to battle. I used to battle whole crews on my own, man, because I was like small and very flexible. So I did
Yeah.
every move. I did like every move you could name, like windmills, head spins, like flares, hand spins. I did it all. So it was like I would go to like out to the roller skating ring and just like someone would come out and do a hand spin and then I'd do one, and then they would come do a head spin and I'd come out. It was me and my friend Joel. We were both two short dudes, and we would just go out. And people even talk about it to this day, like, wow, you guys were amazing. I wish I had video of it, man. It was crazy. Spending
I
on
was
like
Oh my God. I was about to ask you that. Do you have any videos? You don't have anything online whatsoever?
I have
Nothing?
videos of the commercials that we did, the Pony commercial and the Pringles commercial, but that's about it. I wish I had
You
video.
don't understand. I would pay to see to see you breakdance. I swear to God, man. Yo, I would pay to see that. That would be awesome.
Well,
Seriously.
commercial, like I said, the commercial is around. I mean, I might even have it here if I might be able to pull it up for you if you want to see it.
I mean, yeah, if we could see it, that would be cool.
I even have it here. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I got it here.
That would be crazy.
Oh wait, I think it might
How are
be.
we gonna see it though? I don't know if we could see it though, unless you got a TV in front
Oh
of you.
yeah, you can see it. Watch. Hold on.
Oh, you're
Oh no,
about to
I
flip
can't.
the
Can
script
I
on
turn
me.
the screen around or no? Oh wait, hold on.
Um,
Watch
you
this.
could probably just go
Can you
like
see
that.
that?
Yeah, go a little lower. A little lower. Lower, lower. Now you're going higher right now. Go lower, go down.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me see.
All right, guys, we're about to see an exclusive Joseph Donofrio
No, you can't
breakdancing.
see it, can you?
No, you got it all the way at the bottom of the screen. You got to bring
I
it.
don't know how to turn this around. Can you turn the camera around on this? I don't know.
Yeah, I think to the
Oh,
right
there it
there's a
goes.
switch.
Here it goes.
There you go.
See that? That's me. That's me. That's me right there.
Yo, you got
That's me right
that.
there. Right
Yo,
there.
you got the
That's
high
me.
socks. Oh my God.
That was me.
Guys, look at this exclusive. We're watching
Look,
this
watch
right
this.
now.
Right there. Right there.
Yo! Exclusive
Right there.
Joseph
Right there.
Donofrio breakdancing.
Yeah, that was the pony commercial. Yeah, look at
Yo, that's
that.
crazy.
I think I was
Bro,
like,
you had the high socks on?
yeah, well, they put the clothes on me. They're the ones that was the wardrobe that they had.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Daryl
Oh
Dawson
my God, dude.
was the
I didn't know
boss.
that about you. That is awesome. It's just, but it's so cool. Like, it's fun, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't break dance if I even wanted to. I love break dance, and I was just so bad. I was just so bad. Every time I went to break dance, I was praying the floor to be slippery, so it would help me just go around.
But we used to also take like a cardboard out to the city and break dance in the street, and, pass a hat around when we were like 13 years old with a bunch of
Hmm.
like my friends from Park Slope. I'll never forget. This guy Tane. He did the
Down in
title.
Brooklyn.
And everybody came out and they broke danced a little. And then at the end of the day, we split the money.
All right, you know I gotta ask this. Did you have a breakdance name?
Yeah, they called me Zane. Zane was my breakdance name. Zane.
Where did Zane come from?
Because we used to write graffiti too when we were kids. We were graffiti
Right.
writers and break dancers. That's how we started out. You know, everybody was a break dancer and a graffiti writer. So that's what we did. One of my friends, my friend Lee,
Mm-hmm.
right, Zane, and he was giving up the name, so he gave it to me.
Oh wow. Okay.
And see, I used to write it nice, and then it stuck with me. People actually know me as that, like from Brooklyn. If you people that know me when I was a kid, they even thought that was my real name, or my name was Joey Zane. Everybody say, "Oh,"
Joey Zane.
until I started doing movies and TV and stuff, and people knew my last name was Donofrio. Everybody thought Zane was my last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still a little mind boggled about this. Oh my God. That is so dope, man. Seriously, that is so cool. We just learned that about you. Is there anything else we don't know about you that's like a secret? Are you a chef?
Probably,
What?
but
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Um, so we talked a little bit about Goodfellas. That's going to be in my mind forever. Let's talk about one of the other great movies, and obviously, again, it's repetitive, but A Bronx Tale, bro. And again, you got I believe that was before, I believe Goodfellas, but
no,
you
Zane.
got that was after? It was, right? But again, you got to play again with Robert De Niro. Like, tell me about that movie because that movie hit home for me because I like all women, and I've dated a couple of African American girls, and they were great. So when I watched that movie, there was a lot about it that I really enjoyed. That people is people, human is human. But the Bronx Tale was pretty much based on a lot of real stories. So how did you like playing that role? Because of course you were a little tough guy in that. You just seemed to always get the tough guy roles.
Yeah, I always play angry people, man. That's why I'm glad. The next thing I'm doing, just got booked on this thing in LA. I'm playing in a comedy. I'm playing a makeup artist, so it should be good.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice makeup artist. But A Bronx Tale, I'm grateful. First of all, Chaz wrote an excellent script. And
Yeah.
Chaz was amazing as Sonny. And I just feel blessed that I got a chance to be in that movie and that I'm in that movie. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
And
with
Robert De Niro,
Cologio.
Robert De Niro directed me in that, and he taught me so much in that. And basically, when I did it, right now, when I see like scenes that I did, it's
Hmm.
amazing, like the things that I see. Like I posted a video of us when we were walking through the hallway, and she's like talking about the guy that owes him $20. He's like, "God, did you care about him?" I'm like, I'm still gonna break his jaw. And I just said, and I like punched my hand. And even back then, I get into character and I become the character.
Right.
And it just comes like naturally. Like before I do the scene, I just focus on the character. Before they say action, this is what I do. I don't wait
Yeah.
for action to start acting. I
Right.
start acting before action. I'll be waiting there for you to say action. And in my head, I'll put myself in that scene.
So you're the character already before you're probably in the car driving to your set. You probably become the character, right? That's what pretty much you're doing.
That far, not that soon. Before they, 'cause,
I'm picturing that now. What I just said, I could just imagine you driving a set.
some people
Somebody's
do it.
like, "Hey, watch where you're driving." You're like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here!"
No,
And I'm
before
just
the
like,
scene's going on, I just visualize what's going to be happening next. And I
yeah.
visualize what just happened.
Hmm.
So when I say action, I'm there already.
So you foreshadow the shot before it happens to make sure you nail it.
Well, when you're acting, you gotta, you gotta come, you gotta be acting. You gotta come from a place that's real. And
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that.
yeah,
I got to interrupt you because I have to ask you that question. I've noticed that you're playing a lot of mobster roles, stuff like that. When you do these characters, is it a little easier for you? Do you have personal experiences that make your role easier to play these things? or is this something you really had to study? Because a lot of people get confused that if you're Italian, you should know to act like a mobster. Look, I'm Italian. I don't even know how to pull a gun, and I don't want to know. But a lot of people get that confused. Did you have to study really the character, or was it a little easier for you to study because you had experiences that would help you put you in that role?
Well, I do a lot of studying. I watch a lot of video, a lot of YouTube, and I take my time. I like to do a
Hmm.
lot of facial reactions, a lot of motions, because sometimes it's not about the words. It's never about
Right. Correct.
the emotion. Every scene, every line, every word has an emotion. And
Hmm.
it's sad when I see actors just saying lines. You got to have emotions in your lines. Are you angry? Are you sad? Why are you saying what you say?
Right.
And when I look at a script and I look at the dialogue, I always think of that in my head before I say a word. I have
Hmm.
an emotion when I'm talking. And if I have another actor working with me, I need him to make me feel that way. Like if I'm angry at you, you got
Right.
the word that's going to make me angry.
Hmm.
And if you don't, I might tell you, listen, you got to make me angry, depending on who you are. If you're a friend that I worked with you a bunch of times, I'll tell you. But if I never worked with you and I really don't know you that well, I'll just use my imagination and make
Right.
believe you said it something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could use my imagination like that. So,
Which
basically
is great.
it is.
Well, here's another question. I notice this a lot with a lot of my friends in Hollywood. Stereotypes
Yeah.
happens a lot, and like for example, this is why I like where Hollywood has changed a little. Robin Williams was known for doing all comedic roles for a long time, and he got stereotyped to constantly play comedic roles until he did movies like Good Will Hunting and everything else. Now, when you find you go for your roles,
Mm.
because you have a particular look, right? You have an Italian mobster look. Are you pushed away from some roles that you know you'd be great at because there's a stereotype based on when you walk in the door? Are you finding that more and more, or are you seeing that fading away a little?
It actually just happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, I played Staten Island Mike on the sitcom Are We There Yet? I love to do comedy. Comedy is my thing. My dream is to be on a sitcom and make people laugh all day. I love drama. I could do drama. Gravesend is great. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna get to kill people and whack people and be really angry and mean, but in a classy way. I'm doing that
Yeah.
character different. But I was just up for a role to play a lead character in this movie. I don't want to say the name of it, but
No, don't.
the director called me up and he told me he wanted me for the part. Everything was great. I was like, oh, right. Wow, I got the part. But then what happened was the writer who wrote the film wanted to meet with me.
Hmm.
And basically,
Okay.
I met with the writer. The writer was great. The script's great. It's an amazing, amazing script. And what happened was the writer said that I was a little too energetic to play the role. So I was like, okay, I'll do a tape or whatever. So I did a tape,
Okay.
and I did a tape like so. The tape was like nice and calm. I did like this scene. It was a great scene.
Hmm.
But I think what happened was they ended up going older with the character. So
Hmm.
one day maybe I'll ask the writer, the guy who wrote it, was that the reason why they went older? But I think I showed myself that I could do something different. And the director
Yeah.
loved the tape too, because the director was like, we love the tape. But he says that they went older. And the guy who got the part, the guy's a great actor. And, I'm glad he got the part because I know him. And
Hmm.
but I know, it was weird that, the guy was like, I have too much energy. So maybe next time I have an interview, I just got to talk calm with him.
Yeah, that is. It's been a while since I've actually heard that. I mean, especially the role you were going for. I mean, why wouldn't you want an actor to have a little energy? When an actor has good energy, a lot of energy, I found that they're easier to direct. You
Well,
know,
basically what happened was the guy who wrote the script, it was about a real guy. And the real
okay.
guy was calm in real life. And I think I mean I'm an actor, so I could have definitely pulled it off. But I just think
Hmm.
all the work in my career, like you said, I play
Yeah.
a guy, so I think the guy maybe they want to take a chance. So I don't know, maybe they went old or whatever like that. But I mean, the script's great, the writing's great. I mean, it's going to be a great movie. And you never know. There's still a lot of other parts that are still open. It's shooting
Hmm.
a couple of months, so you never know what's.
Right.
Maybe they'll throw me a bone and give me something else, which would be great. I would love to work with him. And the interview with the writer was excellent. The guy's amazing, man. I mean, one day you'll see this movie. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but one day you'll see it and you might know which one it is.
No, I'm sure, and I'm glad you're talking about this. And these are a lot of things I want our audience to know about because it's not just riches and diamonds in Hollywood. There's a lot of hard work to it, and there's a lot of discrepancy about what actually goes on behind the scenes. Like
Yeah,
people just don't get these roles. Like people don't understand. Even like a Robert De Niro, he gets scripts every day, but it took him a long time to get scripts every day.
yeah.
And then it even took, and he got rejected on some roles, and so did you. And it's a life learning work. Doesn't mean you didn't deserve the role. It just means that you may have had somebody who was a bad director or just was looking for a part that didn't really understand that, no, this is your guy. You should go with this person. And mistakes happen all the time, but the actor, when they come in and when they see that they play that part, that's when the director is like, that's him.
Oh yeah,
They don't even know what the
I
guy looks like until you do the role.
has that part, but they went a little older, and but it's good that it's done already with. So now I know.
Yeah.
See what happens.
And
But
it's funny.
I got something else going on. I got this comedy. I got Gravesend, and Gravesend's gonna be forget about it. Gravesend's gonna go down as a classic TV show, man. It's gonna be like 10 years from now. People are gonna watch Gravesend, and it's gonna be like The Sopranos. They're gonna be like, wow.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay. I have to add that to my list. Thank you for telling me that because
man.
not to let anybody know, but I'm almost finished with the Vampire Diaries, the originals, and Legacies. I'm watching that right now. I'm just letting you know, but I'm definitely down for watching Gravesend because I need something different, which is really really cool. And again, we're gonna let people know who's coming in. Gentleman right here, Joseph Donofrio. We all know his account got hacked. He's got a new account on IG. So official Joseph Donofrio on Instagram. Please follow him because like all other celebrities, they get their stuff hacked. I think once you get certified, you should be fine once you get that done.
Certified me. I sent them like a picture of me with my license like this, and they're like, "You're not good." I'm like, and now I think what I'm gonna do is every day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna take a picture with my license with a different shirt on.
With a different shirt on?
So then they see that it's me. Like the name, because that's what you do.
Right.
You take a picture of yourself with the ID. You don't just send the ID.
Or you know what you do? I got a better idea. You call them up. You get their number. Be like, yo, listen, you guys ever see Goodfellas, Bronx Tale? Did you see some of the shit that I did to these people? Imagine what I'm going to do to you if you don't certify my ass. So let's do this. Because if I get in character, you guys don't want me to come down there. I'm just letting you know. So certify me. I'm telling Instagram right now, certify this man. Don't let him get into character. Just saying.
Well, you know what it is?
So, Joe, what?
When you post this up, tag Instagram, say Instagram, verify Joseph Donofrio, and with my tag, and then boom, maybe they'll read it.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a good idea, and we're going to post that more. And again, tell some of the new ones because we had a lot of new people coming in. Where can people find Gravesend again that they can watch it?
Amazon Prime right now.
Mm-hmm. And about 3 episodes up, right? 3 or 4?
And they
4
got
episodes.
a bunch more. And it's going to be a great series. Plus, I got the birthday cake with Val Kilmer coming out. Great.
What? Val Kilmer, really?
Val Kilmer.
Okay. Yeah.
Kilmer, Vinny Pastore, Paul Savino, Nick Vagaloni, Frank Vagaloni, Anthony Mangano. I mean, John Magrand. I mean, such a big cast. Lorraine Bracco, Ian McGregor. It's a sick script and it's great. A bunch of
Ian McGregor.
It was
my God.
We did that last year, right before the pandemic. Should be coming.
Wait, you meant Ewan McGregor from Star Wars?
Ewan McGregor, exactly.
Oh my God! Good job, brother. Seriously, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then we
And
got
what's the storyline if you don't know, if you don't mind? Can you
it's
say
a
this?
secret. But we also got
Oh, it's a secret?
the Wrong Path with C. Thomas Howell and Artie Pasquale and a bunch of other great guys. Laura San Roman produced that. And I did a Christmas movie, Christmas versus the Walters. My boy Rob Simmons produced it. Directed by Peter D'Agostino, Dean Winters, Jack McGee, Al Lina, great cast, Shawnee Smith, Chris Elliott. Chris Elliott was great.
Oh my God.
Man, great guy. Al Lina was excellent in this, man. He played the limo driver, man. Al was the man.
Wow, dude. I mean, the names that you just went down the list is crazy. I mean, that list that you just went down, and then when you're saying Ewan McGregor, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he's huge. I mean, Val Kilmer. I like Val Kilmer a lot. I don't know if a lot of people have seen his older movies. I loved him in like Real Genius. That was one of my favorite Val Kilmer movies of all time.
Well, the new
I never really saw him in Batman. I
the
wasn't
new
really a fan of him in
Seven
Batman.
Days, 7 Days a Girl, that's Alexander Hugo is directing it, and my friend Stephen Chase from LA.
Wow.
Me and him are doing a scene together. Stephen Chase is a great guy from LA. I can't wait to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a couple of other things going on. I mean, what else we got? We got, let me look this down because I don't want to miss anything. 3 Days Rock with Mickey Rourke, Vince Young, Paul Ben Victor, Peter Green. Peter Green played the werewolf, man. It was great. Yeah,
Oh
Peter Green.
God.
I don't want to give it away, but me and Peter Green did a great team.
You're just itching like Todd. I want to tell you what it is. I want to tell you right now. Please, don't tell anybody. You know, no problem, man. I won't tell anybody. It's just me, you, and Instagram. It's a secret. I promise you.
And a bunch of other things. I a bunch of other things, but I'm just grateful to be alive, man. And you know what's going on right now with COVID? It's crazy. I just got tested because we just got back. I was in Puerto Rico for the week. I needed a vacation, so I went away because I had surgery. I had something wrong with my throat. I had to get something taken out. And now I'm back, man. I'm so glad I had the surgery, and I feel great. I can't wait to go to the doctor Wednesday and get clearance to start working out because I haven't been able to work out or anything. I haven't really even been able to talk that much. That's why I told you I had to wait.
Yeah, when we were talking, right. Yeah, and that's why it's good that we put it off the interview because I wanted you to be in top shape when you talk. Because the worst thing to do is when you're doing an interview and you can't really get into it and you're not doing right for yourself, for your voice, and for your fans. It's not fair.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, too many people try to rush interviews like, oh, I got him. Can you do it now? It's like, no, you know what the best interview is? Book them later. That's why I always book at least 4 weeks out.
You're smart.
So I could study you. And by the time we get to the interview, we can have a flow of a dope conversation. And that's how things come out. Like, learn how you breakdance. DJ Diamond, the artist from EPMD, is on here right now. He's going to watch this later and be like, wait, Joseph breakdance? No, he doesn't.
But I'll tell you,
But, yo,
the Christmas movie is going to be a classic, man. It's going to be
and that's coming out next year, I'm assuming, right?
What happened?
That's going to come out next, like November, I have to assume?
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah.
It is going to be, Dean Winters is amazing, man. Working with Dean Winters and Shawnee Smith and all those guys. Jack McGee played Santa Claus and I was his elf.
Wow.
Tony the elf. Of course I was an angry elf, you know. I mean, who else you going to get to play an angry elf but Joseph Donofrio, you know?
Yeah, of course. You're perfect for it.
You need an angry elf, I'm there. But Rob is great. I played a couple of angry guys in his movies, but he also lets me play comedy. He's doing something right now. He's doing a comedy. I might do it with him. I love working with that guy, man.
So, what I want to ask, do you see yourself, I mean, you're probably always going to go back to some of the gangster movies. They're always going to be around. Do you see yourself more getting into more serious roles and even serious comedic roles as you get older? Because I know the one thing with actors is you're never satisfied because you always want to challenge yourself. Are you seeing yourself getting into better, you know, diverse roles that are going to help your career? Because I think that's going to open up more scripts for you when people could see your diversity instead of just being an Italian mobster. Because I'm starting to see you go that route, and I think that would be great for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing I'm doing in L.A., I'm playing a makeup artist and that's going to be great. I'm playing Da Vinci. His name is Da Vinci, and we'll be out there. And then the guy who wrote the script, he has a couple of scripts that he's interested in. He wants to tailor one of his next script. He wants to make a role tailored to me, and I told him I want to play a nice guy. I could
You
be,
want to play a nice guy?
I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be mean. I want to be lovable. I want to be nice. I want to be sweet.
You know, you look like what you can play based on what you just said. I think you can pull off like a father figure who's like the
Yeah,
best dad to a girl.
that's what I want
You
to.
know what I'm saying? I could see that.
I want to play a
Because
father.
you
That's
want to play what?
I want to play a father.
Yeah, I think you could pull
Yeah,
that off. I mean, you just said it. You like this cuddly guy.
I
I'm
do.
not, I'm not hitting on you or anything because I love women, but you got this cuddliness about you, man. I won't give you a big hug.
No, Todd.
Seriously.
That's in the universe now, Todd. I think the father.
What?
I think it's in the universe right now that Joseph Donofrio is going to play a father.
I think it would be great.
I mean, I feel like I'm a good father anyway. My daughter's amazing, man. I love my daughter so much. We have such a great relationship, man. These kids these days, it's hard to grow up. I was talking
Hmm.
the other day about this pandemic, man. She's going to school online right now. And I'm grateful. I mean, a lot of these kids that are like between the age of 8 and 13, I feel so bad for them because it's so hard to concentrate. My
Facts.
daughter's already been through it. I mean, so she deals with it. She knows what she has to do. But these kids
Hmm.
between those ages, it's so hard what's going on. They need to put them back in school already.
Yeah, well, the problem is, and we're coming to the end, we're going to talk about this now. It's a good topic. As you know, I speak to a lot of politicians. I'm a civil rights leader. I just spoke to one of the mayoral candidates today, and we talk about this a lot. And I talk with Ben Crump a lot too. Um, the problem what's happening is, and I want people to know this, the last administration, what was happening was things were opening too quick. All
Mm.
right. And when you don't have a hold on, when you don't have a cure, people are freaking out. Like nobody wants to be home. The
Yeah.
problem is we shouldn't have opened so quickly because what happened was when you start opening, you're giving people hope,
Yeah.
right? You open, you close. You open, you close. You open. The business is open. They shut down. They close. So what's happening is you're pretty much pissing off the country
Yeah.
because now they don't know what the hell to do, and you're giving them hope,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like telling kids, hey, I got you gifts. And then Christmas comes and there's no gifts,
Yeah.
right? What's going to happen? Your kid's going to be pissed off. They're not want to talk to you. They're going to be crying. And that's pretty much what the administration did. So my attitude's always been, even if we didn't like it, what they should have done is just shut everything down, right? Supply the funds to the country, which they've done like 3 times. They should have just did it once and let it flow, right? Once you get the pandemic cure, and now people are starting to get it, once you get to 75% people have it, or 80%, now you could start opening up because you have a hold on the cure. Most people got the vaccine. Now more people are going to feel safer about going out again, events. But what they're doing is it's open, shut, open, shut. And then you got 8 strands of viruses out there.
Yeah.
Now you got a new administration coming in trying to do the right thing because they're trying to cover up for what was done bad, right?
Yeah.
And that's what pretty much came down to. And I keep telling people, it's got nothing to do with Democratic, Republican, nothing. This is the disease that we're all, inflicted to.
Mm.
Nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants to die, okay? And nobody wants their kids to be home. But I'll be honest with you, I don't have kids. I'll say that. But I would rather my kids being home and a little miserable getting their schooling
Yeah.
than having a chance on going out because I just want them to go and they go out, they get sick, and then they die. And I'm going to throw it out there just like that. That's why I tell people, really think about it.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now. And I hope things are better. I'm so glad that you're doing well, brother.
Thank you.
Joe, you're a great guy. I'm glad your voice is doing better. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you that you're getting all these roles.
Thank you.
And honestly, I would love to see you in a sitcom on like NBC as a father figure. I think that would be perfect for you. You got the comedy role.
Yeah.
You got that mean look as well, where no matter how much comedy you do, at the end of the day, don't mess with Pops,
Yeah.
but I love you.
Thank you. Yep, exactly.
You're welcome. So if there's something I always ask that you want to inspire people before we go, is there something you think you would like to tell people about being an actor and the success that you have? Any input that you can give people?
I mean, the input I would give is basically live your life. Believe in yourself. Put the footwork in. You know, just do what you got to do. You could do anything with your life. Just put your mind to it. There's so many demons out there, I believe, and your brain and your heart are very powerful. And it's all about the choices. And before you make a choice, you got to try to think about it before you do it. And try to learn from your mistakes. Try to learn from other people's mistakes. That's my daughter once did a school paper on that. And I was very proud of her that she did that. She was like, I don't know, like 15, 16. She didn't even tell me about it. And go for what you got to do, you know, and try to, you know, it's crazy out there in the world. It's like sometimes people don't know certain things. Like people don't know what a friend is. People don't know what love is. People don't know how to treat other people. And sometimes the environment you grow up in a way that you think something is right because you were grown up around. But sometimes you find out that's not the right way to live.
Correct.
And you got to know how to change your thinking. Because, you know, I grew up in a crazy neighborhood. And life was a different way. So growing up, my thoughts were like a little different. But as I got older, I realized that I needed to change some of my ways and my ego and my image. Realize, you know what? You got to be a kind, nice person. But you can't be stepped on. You got to know when to draw the line.
Correct.
And I always do a lot of positive quotes on my page. Like I try to, like people put up positive quotes. Like they put it up. I try to do the positive quotes. Like if you go on my page right now, you'll see like maybe 10 of them. Like where I'll give like a positive quote, like to believe in yourself, to be aware, to be alive. But you have to live them. You can't just say them. And that's the hardest part, to live them. It's hard, man, because your brain is crazy, man. You know, God gave us a brain to make our own choices, man. But just stay on the right path, and whatever you do, believe, man. Believe, 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 and believe. And like I told my daughter growing up, the wrong friend or the wrong boyfriend or girlfriend will ruin your life forever.
Facts.
That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to find my daughter a good partner. I'm not trying to do it. I'm just trying to steer her in the right way to find somebody, because you know that's one of the most important choices you're going to make in your life is your partner.
True. That's right.
Yeah,
I agree with that totally. Joe, man, thank you for that. That was I got goosebumps, man. I'm inspired right now.
Thank you.
Seriously. I was about to go get a 10-piece, but now I think I'm going to step it up and get a 20.
Yeah.
Seriously. But Joseph, one more time, if you guys want to follow this great guy right here, go to official Joseph Donofrio. So Donofrio. So official Joseph Donofrio. That's not how you say it, but I'm just saying it like that. On Instagram, he's got a new account. Please follow him. He's got a great career ahead of him on top of the one he already has in the past. So he's got a lot of great things. I think a great future for you. And guys, coming up this week, we got a great week. We got Grandmaster D from the legendary group Houdini is going to be on the show tomorrow night.
Nice.
Wednesday, I got the CEO of the first women's pro football league here, Lupe Rose, on Wednesday from LA. Keon Harold, who you guys know, his son got racially profiled for stealing a cell phone at the Arlo Hotel. He's also a Grammy Award-winning trumpeter who just performed with D'Angelo last night. He's everywhere. We got him on Thursday. And then Friday, guys, speaking of Amazon Prime, this Friday, March 5th, my brother's birthday, and the dropping of Coming to America on Amazon Prime. And I got Casey Amos and his pops, the legendary John Amos. Mr. McDowell is going to be in the house on the premiere of
Oh.
Coming to America. It's
Love
going
it.
to be a great week. We interview celebrities and people from around the world every week. So, guys, follow me at Todd Wharton Official, TODDWHARTON Official. Got a great shows every day. Guys like Joe, I can't thank everybody enough for coming on. Joe, you're the dude. I love you to death. Thank you, brother.
Thank
Great
you.
interview.
Honor to be on your show. Great interview, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And guys, please, whether you believe in it or not, wear a mask. Try to practice social distancing. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for your friends, so we can all live the life that we deserve to live before God takes us one day. Until I see you guys tomorrow night, have a great night. And what I always say, if you're not living a passionate life, then whose life are you living? Take care, guys. See you soon.
Thank you, guys.